What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Juventus Football Manager 2022 rebuilding series. Leave a thumbs up if you're enjoying it. Excited for this new season as well. And generally, yeah, this has happened again where our sales, I do make my sales pretty early, the major sales anyway, in the window. Earlier where it's not registered there. We'll go take a look at that. But I'll give you an idea of some of these players already, because obviously only sold 14 million and we spent 160 million. It's a bit of a miss, right? So I don't know if that's just me, but it's never been, because I've always made my, signings the same way. It's never been this extreme. Maybe on the odd occasion, I would go back to the previous season to review it, but generally, like this year, it seems to be every season in FM22. Because these guys are not really notable ones, the most recent guy. That guy actually had pretty decent, okay potential, but in comparison, not going to make it. Then Mulazi, a lot of these guys, we're not going to pay attention to, simply because they're not really so relevant. Even Frabotta, who we got 3.4 million for, simply 2-star ability, 23, but probably not going to grow massively. Marco Piazza, who came back from a loan spell I thought he was good a few years ago. I remember him actually being a decent player when Juve signed him. He's really dropped off, admittedly. Yeah, hasn't lived up to that potential. And then another one that was at the start of the month there, Rolando Mandragora. He's another one that wasn't really utilized so much. He's been loaned out. That's what he's used to, going to Torino. So 7.75, take that money. But then switching over to the free transfers, Mattia De Sciglio, he did find a new team. We know all about him, but not a lot of note there. But then on release players, there was Douglas Costa. Again, of course, he was loaned out. He came back, but he wasn't released. He was just sitting there in the squad with his contract out. So I just, clicked release on him, basically. And he was on, over 100k. So that freed up some wage, a decent amount. But if we go back, I just want to go back a year here. Yeah, we had a couple retirees. Yeah, Chiellini. So that sees him retiring, last season. And he's an assistant manager. He probably needs to just get to work on, his badges. Because, he's not very good at this point in time. You wouldn't sign him. You would want to, as Juventus. But, he hasn't got any, if he wants to be assistant manager, those required attributes are all ones. So, he's got to get going. Or you sign him up and send him out for the bad. Would you do that? But no, I just need to see a bit more. So then, we go to all transfers. This is where this is where I've been finding this a little annoying. Yep, I do it before it ticks over to the new year. But I think the game should update it, right? What do you guys think? I mean, this is really new. I say new like it's a feature, but not really. I think they should be recognized as players we're selling this season, not last season. And we'll just sort the date so you can see them up there. And there's some, you may question, we'll see. So we're going to start in order that we made them. Well, Kulusevski, on paper, he's a good player. You know what happens? A team like Manchester United makes a bid. His information starts to say, oh, he'll become unhappy if we reject it. So what do you really do in that situation? But honestly, I'll tell you what, if it didn't even say that, I was considering, because I know he had value in him, and see what his money turned into, and you start to compare which player are you happy with, which we'll get into that talk. But Kulusevski, I don't think he got 14 goals, which was quite good. He found, I was pretty happy with his goal scoring. Obviously, with those goals, you would be. But I was happy with that. But I felt him lack a bit on the creative side, and playing through the midfield. He's not, a striker. He can play there, but you can't be disappointed, because he is an elite player. He's described as an elite player. But I think it just finalized, it made me sure of what we wanted to do there, because I knew I'd maybe be able to get someone of a similar quality, potentially better. We can have that discussion. And I'm happy with what we did in the end. It's a good sum of money. And I don't think he's the best player in that position. So, I don't know. I'd love to see what you guys think. But 88 million's a strong amount. Then Rugani, another one, he's dipping now. He's only 27. It feels like he's aging, maybe like dropping quality a little bit. Maybe it's just off his ability level. And then Alexandro was another one, United trying to take our players, but not really. He's 31 years old, so I almost initiated that. He is from Brazil, so foreign player. But yeah, I was happy with what we did. Because, yeah, he turned 31 now, even with natural fitness. I have to point that out because if I sign a player like that, I'm like, oh, yeah, he's got natural fitness after be like defending it. But, yeah, he's still good. But generally, he's still going to become, like, his value's going to drop. He's going to stop playing football and retire at some point. So it's either you take money now, 29 million, not bad, or you use him for a few more seasons where you get to a point where his value gets below 10 million. You're like, oh, you might as well keep him now, which we are in that point with a few other players. So, yeah, you just got to weigh that up. And again, you focus on who we sign, and we'll get to that now. And of course, we know Chiesa, that's already agreed. I had no part in that, but we are definitely happy for having Chiesa permanently. He was very good last season. Just if you go to see the review of that, he was very creative. I see 12 assists is nothing crazy, but I think he has ability to get even better at the same time. So we're excited for that. In terms of his output, he's 24. He's not going to grow crazy, but I mean from his performances. So Karim Adeyemi, I think at 14 million, there was like other players we could have signed. So there's that situation, players that reject us. That's a normal part of a transfer window in FM. But yeah, Karim Adeyemi for 14 million. He is a wonder kid, strong on both feet. I think he's going to be a great striker for us. And he is probably someone who is taking over. Because, last season, we've got to say, Morata was amazing last season. So I'm not expecting him to, not this season to, go to that same level. But at the same time, if he doesn't, that's a bit of a loss on our side, at least for this season. But I'm thinking, he's our star going forward in the future. You got a wonder kid striker in your team who's strong on both feet as well, finishing ability up there that's going to improve. I think you've got your man, really, at a basement price in comparison to what he's got going for him. And I'd say he did the absolute minimum, playing in Austria. If he did any worse than that, but I'm not judging completely off that. That's, not bad stats at all. I might want him to dominate there a little bit, but he's just coming up, improving, and I've already said I've experienced him in the previous year's game in FM21, had a couple of saves where he signed at Liverpool, so this is not for me, this is against me, so if he's got I expect him to have a similar development to that, and he was, really undefendable at times and a very strong player in the Premier League, so he's high determination, so and he's driven, that's great for him, that's why he does grow a lot and get to his potential, so excited for him. Again, look at his guide value, and the price we signed him could be a real bargain. And again, a lot of our signings are replacement types. Inacio, 40 million. And this is where I go with my signings, man, because sometimes players, they cost a lot. You guys know the struggle, right? There's, players that centre-backs, the teams want, 60 or 70 million for the absolute top. So I find the best options to go for these wonder kids that are first team ability already that you can sign for about no more than 50 million, definitely. If we just talk about, they're different conversations, 14 million and 40 million. Gonzalo Inacio, he's, a bit more pricey, but I think this lad is going to be amazing. Another wonder kid. So, bringing in first team type wonder kids, that's what we want to see. And where they're coming from as well is where they're not the absolute maximum prices. But he is a bit more in 40 million, come from Sporting CP. Decent rating. And we're just looking him to keep develop. He's got very strong attributes in, the attributes that are important for a centre-half. Look at the minute, first touch, 13. And that's the lowest. A couple of mentals, but mental, bravery, sure. they're going to increase. I can see him having, a few attributes that get up to 16 that aren't already, and his stats are his attributes are gonna be looking all right, or very, very good. If those minimum of 14s get to 16, which is possible, he's a wonder kid. He's gonna have growth. He could be looking very, very good in a few years. So as we said, replacements. Chiellini retired. He's hard to replace, but not a bad option. So, those last two signings to replace players from last season, And now another. You saw who we sold in Alexandro, but we're bringing in another Italian here. And yeah, getting that class, like the classy fullbacks in can be tricky sometimes. And you can see, I want to let you know all the details there with Ruggeri. We'll go into that now. So we added, one for 50 league appearances. I generally sell players and sign players a lot of the time straight up. Like, I want money right now. I just want to spend the money right now. But yeah, but I don't want to get to a level where I'm abusing it, because I am doing a rebuild. So I don't want to just be spending the money like in months and over like good old 48 months interval. Like, yeah, spending all the money over that, because yeah, you might feel I could be abusing that. So I don't want to be doing that to a higher level, or just after league appearances, like make every signing with money heavy in that. It wouldn't be realistic if I was doing a long-term save, but chucking little ones here or there, that's more on a realistic level. So anyway, I just thought we'd show you that. And profit of transfer, a little bit, yeah, kind of similar there, but with these intentions where I'm not intending to sell him, we're signing him to be part of the rebuild, and yeah, he's going to be part of the team. We're not going to look to move him on. So you can use that in there as well. But let's take a look at him. And he's not a wonder kid, but I'm pretty disappointed, because I think he has that similar type of ability in him. Look at his potential level. What I did like to see is he had a pretty full season out on loan in the Serie A as well. It was at Salernitana, so not the biggest club, but they survived. They survived last season. They did finish in 15th. We'll go over here, overview. Yeah, you see there, they finished in 15th. So they survived. He was a part of that. He wasn't amazing, you saw from his ratings, but part of the team and got regular games was more the part of it that we were focusing on. Yeah, not the greatest average rating, but we know he's coming off a full season in the Serie A. And once more, someone who does have pretty full attributes. Maybe I wonder about his marking and tackling a little bit. So if we go over to the training, yeah, we might do this a little bit, or focus on individuals. Yeah, if you go defensive positioning, I noticed they replace you can't do individual tackling. Like, it's just not an option there to train the tackling attribute. I don't understand that personally. If someone can give me an answer in the comments, I feel you should be able to train every single attribute individually, maybe apart from natural fitness or determination. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? We can train marking, so we're going to do that anyway. You might think just training that defensive position is going to work tackling anyway, so could be that. But anyway, yeah, it's one of those things. But anyway, getting an Italian fullback, top potential, excited for him, and I think he was a good option for us to go for. And again, not at a maximum breaking the bank balance type price. And again, the big money deal here, and that extra 3 million, we'll just show you again. That's basically if we win the Coppa Italia Fanta, 3 million there, and then there's a profit of next transfer. It's the same situation. Initially, I wasn't targeting Phil Foden, but I wanted to go for one of the best, and he is. He's elite attacking midfielder for sure. But I did have another target. So this is the period where we had frustrations. This is around the 15th of the month. So this is not that, the season starting pretty quick. We only had 3 friendlies. We'll go to that as well. But yeah, Pedro Consolvi's Bayern. I was surprised Bayern went for him. But if you think a player's good and you're looking to sign him, don't be surprised. But yeah, I didn't think Bayern would go for him. I thought maybe someone with a better quality. In the end, I think we got a better player. Yeah, in Phil Foden. But this guy was a bit more of an obscure player, another one actually coming from Sporting, pretty good goal-scoring ability, and you see he's rated that way with his season he had in real life, 23 goals, 17 finishing. Thought to place him in that shadow striker would have been perfect. But as I said, Phil Foden overall is a better player, but at the price you would have got him for was a bit more of value, I guess you can say, but we just move on from that. And then, the other fullback, we were close to signing someone else. Tyrell Dortmund, the German clubs. But in the end, I'm happy with the match. Sometimes they're beneficial. Let me know in the comments if you had it yourself. You had a target, another team bought him, and you ended up, you signed someone else. you end up signing someone who looks better in the end. It makes you go deeper with your signings, and it's funny how that works, and probably with both of our transfers. Yeah, and I got the settings for the assistant to set friendlies, and we only got 3 friendlies, so yeah, I don't know about that. Normally we get quite a few more, and it sounds extreme, but I've never had that few before when I've, had it like that. But anyway, our players are fit enough, so we're not complaining too much, but it's more just an outstanding thing, maybe, that I can't remember the last time we only had 3 friendlies in a preseason. But yeah, we're here to get into the real business. So Sassuolo now is against them in the league to kick off the season. Pretty happy. See, Ruggeri, he's only 2-star. You might say we could be lacking left backs, but I say you can put Danilo. We were actually trying to sell, like, we give you the feedback. And I think we only get a replacement if we sell Danilo. PSG was wanting him. I promise. Why would I lie? But now no one wants him. They weren't wanting to pay his wage. And if PSG isn't, 100k, because I still see that value in him, which I think is a little bit overs, and he's 31. He's going to start to decline. I'm a bit desperate to try and get that value off him because I know it's going to go down over the next season and beyond. But I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get anyone for him. So for the time being, he's just going to be, backup. He's strong on both feet, so there's no reason why he shouldn't be good at left back. But yeah, I was actually trying to get rid of him. But yeah, teams weren't wanting to pay his wages. Locatelli, he did pick up a little training knock. So we just go Artur there. We still got strength. McKennie did want a new contract. He wanted to have a bit more wage. He was only on like 40k, which you would think is a bit low for someone at Juventus in the Serie A and a first team player, 40k. As much as individually, that's a lot of money, but at a top level, yeah. And judging everyone else's wages. So Adeyemi starting, Foden, Ruggeri, these new boys getting starts. I thought we'd get Rabiot in there as well. Yeah, Carboni. See, I guess he's back up. You remember him from someone we signed last season when we matched the bid for 3.5 million. I wouldn't say he's become he's not more than that value yet. Again, he played a full season. Maybe he could be backup at left back, but I'm not convinced with using him. We just didn't loan him out again. I just thought maybe extra backup at centre back, not the worst, just desperate. He's probably not going to play a lot this season, but if we get like 2 or 3 injuries, that kind of situation. And then Inacio as well. So yeah, it is Inacio, Ruggeri, Foden, and Adeyemi getting their starts. I'm pretty happy, our signings are being utilised, and they're different levels, because I say they're all younger. Like, Phil Foden is as well, but not all of them are at his level. I wouldn't say Ruggeri is. He's a couple of years younger. So, yeah, another full season, hopefully see development. But I'm happy. Can we see this as a Champions League winning team? If not this season, maybe a season or 2 from now with those guys we've just touched on. Individually, like De Ligt and Inacio, that could be a centre-back winning partnership. Well, yeah, like a Champions League centre-back partnership. Like, I'm very happy with those 2 together. And there's other positions where we might need that. Right back, Cuadrado, how long is he going to be around for? These are the kind of questions we've got to pose, because he's 34. And again, he's holding his ability with good natural fitness. You don't see many down arrows ever on him. So, but you still think we might need someone there, so keep that in mind. Maybe if we don't win the Champions League this season, maybe next season, that's where we put the money in. So I think we're fine, because we put the money this season. Yeah, we're covering everything here. Where we don't have to touch signings next season. Like I said, De Ligt, Inacio, coverage there. Maybe a backup, like say Bonucci's maybe getting older. So we get maybe another younger centre-back. Then we're covered there. And we might need a backup. Maybe get an experience. Maybe someone at left back. And yeah, we see how we cover that. Centre mids, I think we've got a lot of coverage in that position at this point in time. That centre mid and DM, we've got a few players that can play there. Of course, yeah, Demiral came back, so we're pretty strong. He was out on loan. His attributes are really, really strong. But you see, De Ligt, Bonucci's there as well. We do want to get game time into Gonzalo Inacio, but yeah, you get where we are seeing the team. Strikers, Kian and Adeyemi up top. They're real, and then we got KO George. Like, for me, we're settled with our strikers. For me, he's got a bit of potential, but he's not going to be, I don't know. He's probably going to be behind those guys in terms of ability, but not bad if he's the guy you rotate. So, yeah, I'm liking how the squad is looking, but let's see how the game rates us and how we're going to perform today. But okay, we should be looking at a win today. We just got some, better and bigger names on the pitch. We're favourites. Let's head into this one. Phil Foden is a little complacent, so we're just going to go through these as well. We just look to get some bigger. Okay, that doesn't change his reaction. Okay, compose. But it's the complacent face. It looks like that's a smiling face. It looks like that's more happier than composed. So, interestingly. Okay, let's get started. Let's get started, guys, for this new season. I don't know. I have a good feeling. It's happened again. It's happened again. Why? That's a goal. It's a great goal. But I don't know why. And maybe it's a Serie A because I've downloaded kits. I don't know. You can slightly tell a difference, but I don't think it's enough. So what can you really do? But yeah. It's a bit frustrating. Oh, what's that? Black kits. Why? My hands are away kit and an away from home game. How come away kit is not used? I feel like that's an error in the 3D gameplay. Because if we hop on over, and again, I know some people don't like the 2D classic, which, that it makes sense for newer players that don't feel the memories, but 2D 2D vibes. Yeah, the black kits, though, something is missing. The game is registering as needing the black kits, but not showing it in 3D. So, yeah, we're back for the OGs. For the OGs, 2D vibes. 2D vibes. Got to love it. But the replays, if we get another goal, replays will be in 3D. So, this is what happens when you try to download kits. You know, Juventus has their issues with Football Manager, let's call it. Or they just don't have their rights. Is that their way of preventing it? Sports Interactive? Oh, if you're going to try and abuse the system. Well, not really. We're gonna make it more frustrating for you. Gosh. Well done. Good tackle. Now McKennie to Adeyemi. Man, I just feel like I'm 16, 17 years old again, playing on my old PC. That was like FM08 days. That's just, memories. That's why I don't mind for the nostalgia feeling going back to 2D, man. Arthur. Ruggeri. Yes. And beautiful football, winning games. Told you, this is it. So we're going to see the goal. Oh, they're appealing for offside. It might not be given. So look, how come the black kit's not in the 3D? That's what we want to know, FM. That's what we want to know. But we are having, not even time to praise Szczesny. So yeah, kit-related things for the most part, that is kind of out of your control. It's not like you can choose your kit for the day, for the game, like in FIFA. So there is a thing in FIFA that's better than Football Manager. There had to be one. Adeyemi, pretty weak effort. But yeah, we still praise. Okay, throw in Cuadrado to Arthur. De Ligt. And it is Matthijs de Ligt. It's 3-0, 20 minutes in. And back to the 3D. Arthur. Well done. Yeah, it's still a bit mind-boggling how the away kit is not being used in an away match. Can't say too much more about it. That's the stunning fact itself. And even here as well, Cuadrado is on a yellow card and normally it will show at the bottom. But it's not. So yeah, there's a couple things. Couple little annoyances. But when you're winning games, it doesn't... You don't get frustrated as much by it. It's more just interesting little facts you want to point out. But here we go. Lopez puts it in. I thought a penalty was going to be given, but was not to be. and we're happy with that. Can we make it 4-0? Ruggeri. And of course, in 2D, you can see the full look of the pitch here, which is pretty good as well when you think about things tactically. So, there we go. Adeyemi. Good start. Scores on debut. So, we've signed some more Wonder Kids. And they're on show. On show today. And even if they're not all absolutely like having amazing performances, it's just the whole team together. And yeah, we see it there. Adeyemi. So that's a really cool composed finish. And I think he could have a similar output this year. He really could, because he's quick, knows how to finish, strong on both feet, so he can execute in like a lot of situations. He won't force himself on his better foot. He can strike with both feet, which is going to be really handy. We're killing right now. Let's praise once more. 4-0 coming half time. Yeah, it's looking good. I'm pleased. Yep. Really good. Foden, he's not feeling as complacent now, is he? But Ruggeri, nice start, right? And why is everyone on the bench complacent? That's funny. The guys on the bench, I'll make no subs. I'll let the lads out there do the job. But why is the bench looking complacent? Oh, gosh. Now the question is, are we going to continue on? Are we going to continue on with the game? Or is Sassuolo... Ooh, they do score. So maybe our players on the pitch are complacent. We conceded when we didn't look like in the first half. But anyway, let's move on from that. I'm pretty disappointed to concede, but we take it on the chin. Okay, here's Barini, Fratesi, Kyriakopoulos. Can't say that with a mouthful of peanuts. That's a big name. Tell you what, Maldor, Quadrado, is Kyriakopoulos again. Big name. Just jumbles around in your mouth. But anyway, sure. Barini. Okay, we get it. This chat's... We're waiting for it to come to an end here. And it's... Oh, that looked offside. Is it going to be given? See, that's the thing with 2D. You don't see that camera just move a little bit where you know it's going to be reviewed. It could be given as a goal anyway. No, it's disallowed. But yeah, it doesn't do that. So anyway, we are going to make subs. We will make subs. But yeah, all complacency. I don't know why. So Quadrado, the single player that is not complacent. I know Demiral's aggressive, but that's still negative. And apart from Perrin as well. Yeah, Danilo at right back. Maybe Chiesa to come off and we bring on Damsgaard. Don't forget, we signed him in the previous season. So he goes on with that group as well. Guys that are going to continue to progress. Who's not bad attributes as well. Can play in attack, few positions. So yeah, we go with that. But yeah, we definitely should play it out. Their defense has had a pretty poor day. And we might as well freshen up. And who's another guy we'd look to use? Maybe Foden to come off and we bring on Aaron Ramsey. Someone else who's played in the Premier League. So I don't think they're going to have a connection exactly. But, well, they both speak English at least. But yeah, it looks like we're going to play this. Yeah, just play it out. This happens so much in FM. So much in FM. You can be dominating first half. Second half, you just switch off. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much for that. We click it anyway. Because we have definitely got the win here. But I want to see... let's see another goal. Let's see us finish off the game. Kian, let's go. Ramsey, not quite. They got a few yellow cards there. Quite a few. They were linking up. So chance could be for them here. And no, Chesney takes. I would like... Oh, no, that's probably going to be the game. Probably not enough time for a late goal. Chesney almost could have got a yellow card there. I don't think I've seen that in FM. Goalkeeper time wasting. And yellow cards given for that, and I was corrected. I thought, no, the time would have run out. Hat-trick on debut. New signing gets a hat-trick. Isn't that a headline? New signing gets a hat-trick. I think that's a big story, and again, take this for what it is. That was a really good finish. See, however that falls to him, those quick chances, as we touched on, he's good. He's strong on both feet. And see, look what was this. Right here. Oh, great timing run. He touched and then took a touch once it hit the ground as well. Whichever feet it falls to, he's going to have a good finish on him. And I mean, I don't think you're going to have any more confidence in a new striker signing than when he gets like a hat-trick on debut. That's perfect. And the fact he's a young guy that's going to develop more, like, that's perfect, right? So, yeah, honestly, yeah, goals this season. We want to go on to win the title. Let's go league win and Champions League. But if not, you can see the multiple of these first-team guys that are on the younger side. You see we've got a team that's, I feel it's set up for more than just a win in the league and Champions League. I think setting up to have maybe like a dynasty and have a Juventus dynasty, bring back some real success for them, and like maybe go something crazy. Like, we're not going to do it because like we'll see how the rest of the series goes, but I think it's not impossible to have, where you win the title like 3 seasons in a row in Champions League. Like, that's incredibly hard to do. But I think we're setting the team up, and especially with a couple good youth intake players in as well. You've got things in place at Juventus that do that, though. So it's easier than maybe at some other clubs. But yeah, we're putting things in place. Yeah, so we can get that, make it a possibility anyway, and keep that over the next few seasons. We'll finish it off there. And one other thing I wanted to point out was the finances. Even after, if you look what we spent, we did well in the market. Look, our money's going to hold a pretty good, even that's 113 million. It shows 226 million there. So we're making profits, but I wonder, if we're going to, during the season, it's going to be very interesting to track with our money, if month to month we're going to be losing or gaining. We will find that out. We've got a little bit money in the kitty to January and see. I always like to have a little bit there. You don't know who's going to be running out of contracts and all that, but yeah, Adeyemi is going to be the real exciting player. We have to say. Well, we got more, of course, but I think with a performance like that, very excited about him. So yeah, do you think he can show up and have similar performance levels in front of goal? I mean, first game looks the goods. And maybe it's set up there for a central striker that's just banging goals. That's what we hope for. So leave it there for now. Leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time.